Hello, welcome back to my channel. I got a little bit to explain because I'm going to change up what I was planning on doing a little bit, because the reason why I haven't put up that many videos for the last like 3 weeks is because I've been trying to do 1 year at a time, a ranking of it, an entire year. My first year I was doing was 1996, which was recommended by my friend Joe, and it's really hard to watch every single movie that comes out in 1 year and at the same time watch other things to do on my channel each episode. So it's really difficult. So what I'm gonna do is today, I'm starting right now, I'm going to start doing 10 movies per episode from the year I'm doing. So today I have 10 movies from 1996. I've already watched about 70, and I'm going to do 10 an episode from 1 year. And they are going to be ranked, but only per episode. So, like, I had the whole thing ranked overall, and I don't want to do my, here's number 80, 79, because then I have a whole episode of shitty movies, because some of them, a lot of them down at the bottom are pretty bad. So it'd just be me shitting on 10 straight movies. So I decided to switch it up, and this way I have endless content to do. And I picked 10 throughout the whole of what I've watched. I haven't finished the whole year yet, so I'm still watching some, so that's another reason why I'm going to do it this way. And I still have a couple that I bought that are in the mail coming from the year. So yeah, I'm going to do it this way. And I am going, the ones I do on this episode, it is going to be my least favorite. All the way up to the final one on the episode will be my favorite of these 10. And maybe once I finish off an entire year, I'll do one final episode where I actually show you the full ranking, just a quick one, like 15 minutes, where I don't talk about the movie. I'll just hold it up and do the numbers and show you my full ranking of the whole year as a whole at the end. But yeah, just gonna get right off here actually. And this is the Academy Award winner. So these are all 1996 movies. This is the Academy Award winner for Best Picture of 1996. This is The English Patient. Not off to a good start here. This one, although I think the acting is pretty solid, to me, it's not even Academy Award winning good. Like, it feels, this one, okay, I'll just start off by saying that this movie bored me to death. Like, this is number 10 for this episode, and overall for the whole year, it's nearing the bottom of my ranking so far for the entire year. It's not last place, but it's pretty damn close to last place. It stars Ralph Fiennes, Willem Dafoe, Kristen Scott Thomas. You got Julia Binoche. It's extremely long. What was the runtime on this one? Some of these I watched like 3 weeks ago to a month ago, even a month and a half ago at this point, because I've been watching 96 movies for so long. This is almost 3 hours, 2 hours, 45 minutes. My daughter Samara watched this with me. When it was done, she absolutely hated it. She was like, oh my god, was that ever stupid and pointless and long and boring. But, it's hard. It's hard for me to recommend watching this one. Like, if you're a fan of romance, I thought there was going to be more action in this, because when you go on and look at like genres for this movie, it's like a war movie and stuff. It's not a war movie. Don't let that trick you. This is a drama romance with a couple scenes of action in it. Uh, it's basically just these two fucking for about, like, Kristen Scott Thomas and Ray Fiennes. She's cheating on, I won't spoil a whole lot, but she's cheating on her husband with him. He feels like Voldemort in this movie. Like, when he's acting, I didn't know whether he was a bad guy or a good guy. He's doing Voldemort. I said to Samara when we were watching it, the only way this movie's gonna rise up on my ranking is if he actually turns into Voldemort by the end, and it's like a prequel to Harry Potter, because it's just not for me. I understand why it's nominated and it won awards. I think it was nominated for like 9 Academy Awards or something. It doesn't actually say, but it is the Academy Award winner for Best Picture, and it is my number 10th place for this episode. But yeah, listen, to each their own, I guess. But this one is not for me. Yeah, 10th place for this episode. My next one, this is from a Mill Creek 2-pack. It was the only way I could get this movie. It was hard to get. This is, I'll cover the movie that I'm not doing. This is White Squall. It's on a 2-pack here. The second movie on this pack is Terminal Velocity, Charlie Sheen. But this is the White Squall. This is Jeff Bridges, amongst a whole bunch of other people. It's actually got a pretty solid cast in that. This one, if you ever seen the movie The Perfect Storm with Mark Wahlberg and George Clooney, this is like really close to that movie. Jeff Bridges plays a ship captain, colonel basically, and something bad happens with the ship. Some people die. He's blamed. This is it's kind of like a camaraderie movie, like a brotherhood. Like, these guys all kind of don't like each other when they first board the ship at the beginning, and the whole movie is basically just them becoming a brotherhood. And like, it has a nice, beautiful story. It's emotional. There's some really good moments in it, but it dragged a little bit. Like, it just wasn't as good as I was hoping it to be. And I'm guessing that's why it's on a double pack here from Mill Creek. I don't even know if you can get this movie any other way in Canada, but for now it's fine. I'm happy with just this double pack feature. I haven't seen Terminal Velocity. Never watched that one. If I rank that year, I will get to that. But yeah, White Squall. You might like it if you like just those brotherhood type movies. Yeah. My number 9 for the episode. Coming in at number 8 here, we have a movie called The Birdcage. Now, with the description on this movie, I really did not think I was going to like this one at all. Just because of the subject matter. It doesn't really feel made for me, to be honest. But with that said, you got an all-star cast here. Robin Williams, Gene Hackman, Nathan Lane, Diane Wiest, amongst a few more too that aren't credited on this. But there's a whole bunch of familiar faces in this movie. This one's a hard one to talk about. So Robin Williams is a gay man. He's married to Nathan Lane, who's also a gay man. and uh, they have Robin Williams has a son from before he was gay, and that son meets a conservative girl, and the conservative girl's parents is Gene Hackman and his wife, and he's a sitting U.S. senator from an extremely red state. He leads a coalition of like an anti-gay movement, and that's the seriousness of it, where they're trying to like it's political, which that's where it loses me, because I'm not a huge fan of movies that are just trying to ram political messages down your throat. And the storyline in this is that. This is why it's my number 7 of these 10. It would have been higher because the acting's all fantastic. There's some excellent jokes. Like, there was a few spots where I was laughing out loud. But the freaking storyline just... It's so... Like, it's just so silly because it shouldn't portray one side as evil all the time. Like, it's not evil. Neither side is right or wrong, in my opinion. Like, you can argue it out, fight it out, have a civil war over it if you feel necessary. But the reality is like, both sides have good points to make if you're open-minded and willing to listen to both sides of every single argument. So, the political messaging could have cared less. I wish it wasn't in there. This movie would have been higher for the year for me if it wasn't. But with that said, like I said, there's a lot of a lot of funny parts. There is some good messaging in it, like the whole just don't be a hater messaging. Like, I like all that. I just don't like how deep it goes. But there's some funny parts. Like, at one point, they have Gene Hackman dressing in full drag, which was pretty funny. Thought that was comical. But yeah, I'll say one thing. The funniest moments in the movie is when Robin Williams and Nathan Lane are trying to act like straight men. I guess I didn't give you a plot. Their son meets the girl, and they need to have them over for supper, for a dinner, and they have to try to act straight because this guy really wants to be with the girl, and so he asks Robin Williams to not be gay for a day, and Nathan Lane is like just struggles to not be a feminine gay, which it's funny. All that stuff, I was laughing my ass off. But yeah, number 7 for the episode. Number 6 here is from Blue Underground. This one's called, it actually says it came out in 97 on the back, but on every website I could go on, it says it's a 96 movie, so. This one's called Uncle Sam. This is a horror, like, slasher, where the killer wears an Uncle Sam costume, and that's about all she wrote. This one had a couple decent kills. Acting was pretty bad. It's hard. The only reason why this is number 6 and it's above these other 3 is because my favorite genre is horror, so I get more enjoyment out of a lot of these than most people. Like, to rank Uncle Sam, generic slasher horror movie that isn't that great, up higher than like the Academy Award winner for Best Picture, it'd probably mind-blowing to some people, but to me, I had more fun with this one, so it goes higher. Yeah, when I do these rankings, it isn't like my critical, like, I'm not critiquing the movies and writing a deep review. It's just how much I personally enjoyed the movies. But yeah, Uncle Sam, just a fun slasher. Okay. It's not great. I wouldn't rush out to grab it, but if you come across it at a reasonable price, pick it up. And I do have to do a shout out again to Blue Underground, because their transfers are freaking next level. Like they're like all the Blu-ray movies I have, they look as good as your 4K movies. It's fucking insane. Really well done. Next up here, this is Star Trek First Contact. One second. So that was Uncle Sam was number 7. Sorry, I said number 6. This is number 6. Star Trek First Contact on 4K. This comes with the Blu-ray as well. First, I have to say that. Ooh, I got a digital code to give away. First, I have to say that Star Trek First Contact, I enjoyed this more than I thought I would, because I have never watched Star Trek, the show, any of the series. I have a couple of them, complete series, but I have never watched any of them, so I have no nostalgia with Star Trek. This is a movie that feels like it picks up in between a couple episodes, possibly, because the Borg here, that are the main villains, and I enjoyed the Borg. I liked their storyline. I thought there was some good comedy. There was a lot of good action sequences. I enjoyed the movie way more than I thought I would, and it actually made me want to pick up Star Trek and start watching the series, because I was like, this is actually pretty good. And yeah, it's the Borg. They're trying to... I don't want to give too much away, because, to be honest, I don't know the history of these races, so I'll just come off as butchering the overall storyline. But the Borg are like they even touch people and they can turn them into them. Like, they turn into the Borg, and they just spread like a disease, basically, planet to planet, and just conquer everything. They got all kinds of cool abilities. I won't reveal too much there. And Captain Picard here has to try to stop them. That's the basic of it. And I have, like I said, I don't know if all these codes I show on here are active. I know I've never used them. I bought this movie brand new, so this code should be 100% active. But I've never used any of these digital codes. To be honest, I don't even know how to. Says this one's valid into 2025. So here it is. I hope you can actually see it this time. I hold it as close as my arm can reach, and hopefully it focused in. First come, first serve on those. And I will also, I still forgot about this, I still have my Lord of the Rings trilogy code. I will put that one up as well. This one I'm not sure whether it's still active. It says it expired in like 2022 or something. But this is the trilogy, extended editions and theatrical and 4K. So yeah, first come, first serve on anybody that's building digital libraries on those. I don't use these. I know you can sell them, but I don't care. I will do a quick peek on these other movies to make sure I didn't miss any. For anybody that wants to build an entire digital library just off watching my channel, because I'm pretty sure you probably would be able to. These ones didn't have any in it. Alright. So that was my number 6. And my number 5 for this episode is The Craft on 4K here from Scream Factory. I had only ever seen this movie once, and it was when I was much, much younger. Would have been like probably in the 90s. And I have to be honest with you, I'm not a huge fan of it. I was expecting it just gets so much praise. Like it's every time, I don't know, like I see it in documentaries all the time, and I just found it pretty cheesy in a lot of spots. Like I get it, cheese is fine, but when you go into a movie thinking it's going to be like more prestigious than it is, and it feels like a made for television movie to me. Like it just, I don't know. I'm also not a girl, and it's the story of 4 girls coming of age story basically. But like, I don't know. I didn't like it. Skeet Ulrich was in it though, which was cool, because him and Nev Campbell are also in Scream together, which is also 96, but I don't have that one in this episode. That will be in a future episode for this year. Yeah, it's The Craft. I'm guessing anybody that's watched horror has seen it. It comes with the Blu-ray and the 4K there. Not a huge fan of The Craft. That's why it's ranked number 5 of this one episode. Like I said, at the very end, I'll show you my like full ranking quickly at the end of when I'm done all of 1996. But yeah, you obviously give The Craft a watch if you haven't seen it, because like it's good enough for that. And some people love this movie, favorite movie of all time, basically. And then here at number 4, I have Black Sheep. This is Chris Farley and David Spade. Nick Nolte has a pretty funny role in this. No digital code here. Basically, Chris Farley is black sheep of the family. His brother is running for governor, and basically he's just a fuck up. He screws everything up. It's classic Chris Farley. And he's trying to help, but he's just not good. So David Spade is sent by the brother to basically make him feel like he's helping, but just do grunt work. It doesn't matter. And they end up uncovering like conspiracy plots and stuff like that. I won't give away the whole storyline. There isn't much storyline in comedies. But this one isn't as good as Tommy Boy. Tommy Boy to me is Chris Farley's masterpiece. That movie has scenes in it that I'm just gut busting laughing. But this one's still worthy of a watch. Like there's some good funny moments in this. Is this produced by Happy Madison yet? Is that even a thing at this time? Just says Paramount Pictures, no Happy Madison. So Adam Sandler hasn't done that yet at this point. But yeah, if you haven't seen Black Sheep, good for some laughs. There's some parts in there, like just slapstick comedy, that is always fun. Next up, this is from a 2-pack here. This is the first Hunchback of Notre Dame. This one has the first and second one on it. It's the only way I had this movie. It's in a 2-pack here from Disney. I had never seen the Hunchback of Notre Dame, the animated, from Disney. I've always heard it was really good. This double pack here comes with 2 Blu-rays, the movies stacked. Actually, no, sorry. Both. It comes with 2 DVDs, each movie on a separate disc, and then both movies on a Blu-ray disc, which kind of bypasses the point, in my opinion, because I'm guessing by compacting and compressing 2 movies onto 1 Blu-ray disc, they probably look and sound just as good as the DVDs that are got their own discs, but whatever. It is what it is. But yeah, first time watch for Hunchback of Notre Dame. It's my number 3 of the episode. I heard that this was like really, really good. And like anybody that's seen Hunchback or knows the Hunchback of Notre Dame story or have seen this movie, obviously. But like I've seen the classic one from the 20s with Lon Chaney, and like it's the same thing basically. Uh, I don't need to describe this one in great detail, but some of the songs were really well done. I found them a bit too a couple songs were a bit too like boy bandy for what this movie, like the era it takes place in and stuff. It felt like a Backstreet Boys song or something. Like I wasn't a huge fan of that. But there's some great colors work here, and it tells an excellent story. Has a good villain. Great side characters here. All so yeah, this is my first time watch, so I don't even know these characters by name. It's the 3 gargoyles. I can't remember their fucking names, but I liked all 3 of them. All 3 of them did a good job. It doesn't say their names on the back, obviously, just to screw me around. But yeah, give Hunchback of Notre Dame a chance. It's a solid one. It was almost as good as I was expecting it to be. And then coming in at number 2 for this episode, I have Mars Attacks. This was a difficult Blu-ray to get my hands on, to be honest. I had to order this one in from the States. Unbelievably stacked cast here. No digital code, sorry. Unbelievably stacked cast. There's tons of people in it. Anybody that hasn't seen it, you probably know of it, like what it is. Aliens come here, they got big goofy heads, shoot laser pistols. They're like the goofiest aliens in movie history, basically. But this is an alien invasion comedy. And it delivers. There's so many good moments in this. Like, the storyline is the aliens come, they want to kill us, we go to war with them. There's nothing deep going on in the storyline department. It's mostly just the comedy and the action set pieces and stuff like that, which I enjoyed. If you haven't seen Mars Attacks, there isn't a ton to say. It's just, you need to watch it for yourself. It's got lots of good moments in it, funny parts, solid everything. And then my number 1 of this episode, this is from Arrow Video. This is Tremors 2 Aftershocks. Big, nice, collectible 4K box here for Tremors 2, which it's crazy that Arrow gave this hardcore of a treatment. And this isn't just getting my number 1 of the episode because of how nice the packaging is either. It's because this is an excellent sequel. I believe it's just the 4K. Yeah, it is. It's only the 4K disc. But you get shit tons of extras with this limited edition. First off here, I'll show it off. This is a the Central American graboid. It's just like a detailed poster of it, everything it has inside it and stuff. Neat if you're a super fan. This is just one of those cards that shows you upcoming movies and a 30-day free trial for Arrow streaming site. You got yourself a nice little poster here. So you got, this is the classic artwork here on this side. And then you got the new updated artwork on this side, so whatever you like better. I like them both. I also love the brand new smell of these. They smell great. Yeah, nice poster going on there. Then you got a big, thick booklet. Like, this is a beast here. How many pages that is. I'm guessing this is just everything there is. It's tons of writing. So, probably gives you the whole history. I have not read this one. I just bought this a couple weeks ago because I only had, all I had was the Tremors Attack Pack that has 1, 2, 3, and 4 in it, which I do still have because I don't have number 3 and 4 on any other format, and I'm guessing they'll never get a treatment like this, so that'll be the only way you ever get those ones. But this movie delivers in every aspect. Like, I say I'm so shocked that this movie got this nice of a treatment. Like, this is freaking a beautiful case. Love the green on here. I love the way the letters stick out. The artwork on it's phenomenal. But this is my number 1 of the episode. What can I say? Bert is freaking hilarious. Fred Ward is back in this one. Does an excellent job. They introduce the oh my god, I'm freaking blanking on what they call them. It's the ones they introduced, the ground runners. Oh my god. Brendan, if you watch my episode, you can correct me, because I know you're a huge Tremors fan, so you'll know the names off by heart. I can't remember what the hell they call the little guys. They're not ass blasters. I can't remember. That annoys me when that happens. But yeah, excellent sequel. To be honest, the whole Tremors franchise is pretty solid for a franchise that has, are they up to 8, 7 or 8? I think 8. They're up to like 8 movies in a franchise, and to be honest, I enjoy every single one of them. But yeah, there's my 10 for this episode. These are all 1996 movies. Pretty solid stack there. All over the place for these ones. But yeah, I recommend watching everything always, to be honest. But my least recommended would be The English Patient, White Squall, and The Birdcage would be my 3 least recommended. And then Star Trek First Contact, obviously, if you're not a Star Trek fan at all, then don't watch that. But I was interested to check it out because I was just like I had the 10 pack of all the Star Trek movies, but because I was doing this specific year, I bought the 4K. And I'll probably do that with a lot of movies, like as I go through my collection and do these years. Like, I'm gonna upgrade some of my, if I only have it on like a DVD or Blu-ray and they have a 4K for a reasonable price, I'll upgrade it. Yeah. So yeah, thank you for checking me out. I will bring you 10 more on Monday from 96, and I'm just gonna slowly do that whole year. So if you ever wanted to know about my opinion on every single movie from that year, you're gonna get it. I am missing, like, when you're talking about ranking in an entire year, obviously I'm missing thousands of movies from that year. I can't get everything. But I've picked up, and I already owned shit tons. Like, by the time this is done, I'm pretty sure I'll be at 80 to 90 for the year. So, yeah, it'll be a long haul, but I'm excited to do that. And then when I'm done, I will throw up a poll, maybe, to see what year to do next. For fun. But yeah, thank you for joining me. And I will see you on Monday. Enjoy your weekend.